Yesterday morning, Hollywood legend Robert De Niro's New York City home was broken into while he was home with his family. But we are not doing this story because the home of a celebrity in New York City was almost robbed. We are doing this story because the suspect has more than an extensive criminal history just in the past 2 months and is a perfect example of repeat offenders being put back on the streets. Police say the suspect, 30-year-old Shanice Avilés, snuck into De Niro's Manhattan townhouse early Monday morning using a crowbar. Officers caught her red-handed on the second floor trying to steal presents from under the actor's Christmas tree and trying to use his iPad. De Niro, his wife, and 10-year-old daughter were home sleeping at the time, but didn't interact with the suspect before the arrest. According to police, officers saw Avilés trying to open doors, eventually entering De Niro's home through a basement. She was arrested on burglary charges later that morning.
Anything you want to say? I didn't murder anybody. Go to Robert De Niro's house. I didn't go to Robert De Niro's house.
But here's the issue. Avilés doesn't just have a lengthy record. She's actually one of the top 5 most wanted burglars in the 19th district. Our New York affiliate WPIX reports that Avilés has at least 26 arrests on her record, including 13 for burglary since October. Yes, since October. And 8 of those excuse me, were even in the same police district. New York has eliminated a requirement of cash bail for most misdemeanors and nonviolent felonies, allowing suspects to walk free. After an uproar, parts of the law were reformed to let judges set bail for repeat offenders for certain crimes that cause harm to people or property. But here's the question is, how does a woman who dozens of prior arrests, including 13 since October, out on the street? Joining me now is Rafael Mangual from the Manhattan Institute, who specializes in policing and public safety. He's the author of Criminal Injustice, What the Push for Decarceration and Depolicing Gets Wrong and Who It Hurts Most. Thanks a lot for coming back on the program. Appreciate it.
Back, yeah.
How does this happen?
It happens in a couple ways. One is that we have pretty good police who can do their job well. That's how somebody gets to amass that kind of rap sheet, right? The police are pretty aggressive, they're proactive, they're doing their job. But the other part of the story here is that the criminal justice system is failing on a bunch of different points. And, you know, when I think regular people hear a story like this and they see in a criminal history that's that extensive, they ask themselves, how is this person back out on the street? Well, there are a couple of answers. One, as you kind of alluded to already, is our bail policies. New York is the only state in the union that does not allow judges to consider the risk to the community when making a pretrial release decision. So it doesn't matter how many times this person reoffends while they're out awaiting trial. If they are going to come back to court, that is all the judge can consider. The judge cannot try to mitigate a repeat offense, and so that's how you get these people sort of cycling.
So is she now going to be back out again after this arrest?
So anytime a judge sets bail, right, they can only do so on the grounds that the person presents a flight risk, and then they are required to choose the least restrictive means of returning that individual to court. What judges can't do is try and stop somebody from reoffending by keeping them locked up, either by setting high bail or remanding them to pretrial detention. So this person, I believe, is currently being held on bail, but whether she can make that bail is kind of up to her. But that is only a function of whether the judge thinks she will show up or not.
Do you think that these kinds of cases, and it's not just, it happens that this is De Niro, right?
Right.
But we're seeing other cases of recidivism happening in New York in particular all the time. Is this going to lead to changes? I mean, is there a lot of pressure now on the mayor and others to make changes?
Well, I think the mayor certainly has been feeling the pressure, and to his credit, he's been calling on Albany to reform this ridiculous law. I mean, the idea, again, New York is the only state in the union that has this restriction. The federal government doesn't have it. No other state in the union has a complete ban on the judicial consideration of dangerousness. New York is unique in that respect. Albany can very easily, and without, you know, without really upsetting the reformers, I think, make this very common sense change, yet they continue to refuse to do that, and these are the predictable consequences of that.
Wow. All right, Rafael, you and I have talked about other topics like this, but thank you for coming back. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
And I should say that I just want to add one quick thing, is that it is about much more than Robert De Niro.
Of course.
And that's why this sparked our interest, but it's not why I would never have done a segment on Robert De Niro's house getting broken into.
No, 100%.
Yeah, I mean, because it's just, you know, not of that great interest. All right, Rafael, thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you for watching. Go to NewsNationNow.com to find NewsNation on your cable provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below
to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.